If you've ever bitten into a fresh slice of raw pineapple, you know the feeling. After a few minutes, your tongue starts to tingle. It feels a little rough, and then the roof of your mouth actually starts to burn. Most people brush this off. They assume they're just reacting to citrusy acid, like when you eat a strong lemon or an orange. But that stinging sensation is not caused by acid. When you eat a raw pineapple, the fruit is actually eating you back. To see how a sweet tropical treat is capable of digesting human flesh, we have to look past the juice and zoom deep into its microscopic cells. Inside the fruit is a very specific enzyme called bromelain. It belongs to a class called proteolytic enzymes. Proteo simply means protein, and lytic means to break down. Basically, bromelain is a microscopic protein assassin, and here is the problem for anyone eating a pineapple. Your tongue, your cheeks, and the protective mucus lining of your mouth are built entirely out of proteins. While the fruit is whole, that bromelain is safely trapped. But the physical act of chewing crushes the plant cells, releasing the dormant enzyme. As the juice coats your mouth, the bromelain goes to work, literally snipping apart the protein chains of your protective mucus lining and surface cells. The stinging sensation on your tongue signals something quite literal. Your own flesh is being dissolved on a cellular level. Long before scientists isolated this specific molecule, people were taking advantage of its tissue-destroying capabilities. Indigenous peoples across Central and South America knew that if you wrapped tough cuts of meat in pineapple leaves or marinated them in the juice, the tough muscle fibers would rapidly break down and become incredibly soft. But we can see a much more extreme example of this chemical power by looking at the workers in mid-20th century pineapple canneries. These factory workers cut the fruit by hand all day long. This meant their skin was constantly exposed to highly concentrated doses of bromelain without a break. The enzyme was powerful enough to eat away the epidermal ridges of their hands. The continuous exposure literally dissolved their fingerprints, leaving them temporarily unable to leave prints behind. The prints grew back as soon as they took a few days off or put on gloves. But it is stark proof of how aggressive this natural chemical is against human tissue. So if bromelain is so powerful, how do we survive a fruit salad without sustaining permanent damage? First, human biology is amazingly resilient. The cells lining your mouth regenerate exceptionally fast, easily replacing those digested top layers within a matter of hours. Second, bromelain can only survive for so long. Once you swallow the fruit, the harsh, highly acidic environment of your stomach immediately neutralizes and destroys the enzyme, stopping the attack cold. But if you want to eat pineapple without the pain, chemistry offers an easy workaround: heat. Cooking completely denatures and destroys the enzyme. This is exactly why canned pineapple, which is pasteurized with heat, never makes your mouth tingle. Or you can use a trick popular in Southeast Asia and soak the fresh fruit in salt water. The salt slightly alters the physical shape of the enzyme, basically disarming its ability to cut apart your proteins. Evolution equipped the pineapple with a microscopic defense mechanism that happens to be edible, leaving us with an invisible biological battle to appreciate in every bite.